This is Tailgate Talk, presented by Tarpon Blue. In this series, we're going to show you everything Texas and its surrounding southern states has to offer from our very own tailgate. We'll take you from life on the farm and the ranch to the big city lights. This is Tailgate Talk. Come along for the ride.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne Dillard, and I'm here at the Magnolia Hotel with Erin Wallace-Ghedi, and here she is. She's going to tell us a little bit of history about this famous hotel.
Yes. So it was built in 1840, and it was one of the co-founders of Seguin, and he was actually a Texas Ranger, one of the original Texas Rangers. He only got to live here for about a year because unfortunately he was killed by Comanches. And then they sold his property, and it became a stagecoach stop, and it was one of the first and longest running stagecoach stops here in Seguin. And the gentleman who bought it during that time, he also added a 3-room original hotel in the back. It was built in 1847. This is Seguin's first and longest running hotels.
Nice.
And it's the really cool thing about the hotel in the back is that it was actually a wedding chapel for a very famous Texas Ranger. His name was John Jack Coffee Hayes, and him and his sweetheart Susan got married back then. And then they sold the property, and they added the 2-story wood frame portion of the hotel, and it became the most elegant hotel in all of Texas. The only hotel that beat it was actually the Manger, and that was 10 years later, and that's because the Manger had 55 rooms. We only had 10. But it was an elegant hotel for many, many years. They had a saloon. Started off kind of nice in the beginning, and then it became a pretty rowdy place to come and have a whiskey. They had a giant restaurant in the back, and it was just a really happening place for 50 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can tell you from experience, I've stayed here twice, and there is a lot of activity here.
It is. As soon as we bought the hotel, the first thing that we discovered was that we had some permanent residents that lived with us. They made themselves known right off the bat. But the beautiful thing about it is that Jim and I are comfortable with them. They're all very kind. And we did a lot of research, so we know exactly who they are. We stopped counting at 13. But we know who they are because of the research we've done on them. And we all coexist.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So this started with the Rangers?
Yes. Actually, our very first one that we met was a very famous woman here in Seguin. She's actually featured in a book called True Women. Highly recommend that book.
Okay.
But she was a fortune teller, and she was very good at what she did. And she did her readings here at the hotel while she was alive. And she was our very first spirit that we met. The story goes is that we signed the papers to the hotel. On our way over here, my husband bought a bottle of champagne, and we'd opened up all the doors because of the musty smell. And as soon as he popped the cork and started to pour the champagne in my glasses, all the doors went bang, 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 and an ice cold breeze went right between us.
Oh, wow.
And we discovered she was
awesome.
Our first one.
What
an entrance.
Yes, yeah. When did you move in to this place?
Oh, well, we actually bought it in March of 2013. It took us several months to convince the previous owners that we weren't going to turn it into a honky-tonk or a restaurant, that we were going to restore it. So we've had it since then. And it actually just started off, it was just supposed to be a weekend project for Jim and I to do during our retirement. And then when we started researching it, we discovered how historic she was and the incredible interest that there was here in Seguin.
Absolutely.
You know, we just decided, all right, we'll restore it, we'll make it look at the period that it was, and now we offer it to the public to come and view it. There's nothing we love more than showing off the restoration of this hotel.
Yes, it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, Erin, you have an apartment that you can rent, and you have ghost tours. And what else can you offer?
Well, the beautiful thing about it is that we open up the house twice a year, the 4th of July and then during our Pecan Fest. It's free to the public. You don't have to pay. Just get in line, and we have dressed in costume all of my tour guides, and we share a little bit of the history and some of the ghosts. But you get to see the entire building, for those who can't make it to spend overnight or on our guided ghost tours. And then our guided ghost tours are a hoot. We offer them once a month. They sell out very quickly, though, but they're a lot of fun because I introduce you to every spirit in every room, and we almost always have activity.
That sounds very exciting, Erin. Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it. And this is Tailgate Talk.
Thanks for tuning in today, and thank you to our guests for sharing their story. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on Tailgate Talk.